Peace, love, and everything above. Yeah, it's the Juice Report. What's going on with you? What it is, what it look like, what it will be, everything good. All love, all the time. You know, all that good kind of stuff. You know what I get. If you're watching again and you watched before, yeah, peace again. Yeah, all the good stuff, all the good stuff, all the good stuff. Yeah, the Juice Report. So this is I want to tell the story of my dog Nick Cost. So we met early on in boot camp. We got paired together. He was my rack mate. He slept underneath. I slept on the top. Right away, me and Nick, we got cool, like cool as a fan. We ended up getting real close for some reason. You know, rack mates. When you end up becoming whoever your rack mate is, naturally you're gonna spend most of your time with them, because when you fall in a formation, or you fall in line, that your rackmate is usually going to be by you in some form or fashion. Either way, they're going to be just in front of you, or just on the side of you, or maybe just behind you. You're going to be with them for the better part of the day, the greater part of the day. Aside from when you got to go to the bathroom, or you have certain special appointments that you need to go see, or you need to go and take care of. That's pretty much the only time when you're not, because there's a buddy system. You gotta have somebody with you everywhere you go. That's just something they ingrained. You have somebody with you, no matter what. So me and Nick Cost, we got pretty cool. We got pretty close. Cost was from Decatur, Georgia. Real super cool dude. Real cool. Real cool. Reminded me of some people I knew from back home. It just reminded me of somebody I felt like I already knew. It was kind of weird. So right out the gate, we was cool. Exchange, you know what I'm saying? He told me where he was from. I let him know about where I was from. Well, you know, I might kind of give him a quick history of the stomping grounds and the whole rundown. And you know, we could have been anybody, all 80 other people, 70 something other people, you know, including us. We ended up getting real, you know, kind of tight. We're helping each other along, you know what I mean, because we're going through everything together. Everything together. All the assignments we got to do, all written assignments, me and him, we're studying, shooting knowledge back and forth to each other. Anytime we get, they give us free time. It was like an hour, 45 minutes or an hour right before it was time to go to bed. They give us like an hour to do what we wanted. But we knew that in that hour, some kind of study in it. So we'd get together, get our notes out that we had been taking all day, because throughout the day, you know, you got to take notes if you really care enough. Me, I had to, because I knew I wasn't good at remembering just after being told one time. So I had to take my notes down. And we get studying together. It's cool like that. We just you know what I mean, started getting close. And I remember it was right after, because we got through first phase, which was kind of like, I'm not, it's been so long, it's hard for me to remember exactly the way it all went down. Doesn't even really matter much either. So we get about a month into basic training. And I remember I was having what gave me the most trouble was a swim qual, swim test, you know what I mean? You got to do, there's a couple of things that you need to be able to do. Otherwise, you're just going to try again. They'll try again. They'll try again. That means you repeat. If you don't pass the swim test, you're not going to graduate with the class you came in with. And you're going to have to recycle. You're going to have to come back again. So I'm scared as hell of that. The swim test was the only thing that kind of was giving me some good problems, you know what I'm saying? Because I always had I always just kind of had a little problem swimming to begin with. I never really got really good with it. I think I could swim probably just good enough to save my own life, but they first they had us make sure we could tread water. Well, they had some instructors down under the water with goggles on in about 4.5 feet of water. They get us out there, then they have us start treading. They start treading. We have a certain amount of time. You have to tread, and if your foot touches the ground, boom, before that time is up, and you get the hell out, then you fail, you get one time. You get to come back the next day, but you don't get to keep going. So it happened to me right out the gate, first quarter. Soon as they get us out there, 4 feet of water, I crouch down, take my feet up, start going, foot hits. I gotta go sit down and watch. I go and watch everybody the rest of the day. Come back. Next day. I get just past, just straight by. I don't even know how it happened. Was able to tread water long enough, so I passed that. Then they show you how you can turn the uniform to flotation device. But once it gets wet, it creates a seal and you can blow it up. They show you that. They make sure you're able to demonstrate you can do that. Then dive down in and you have to swim. I think it's probably 70 or 80 yards to where they are at the shallow part of the pool. So you either swim the whole way, any kind of way you can make it. You can even backstroke if you want to. And so that's what I ended up doing, was I backstroked my way all the way down. That's how I was able to pass that, because any other way, I just wasn't cutting it. But I can swim better today. Nowadays, I can swim a little bit better. Still not the best, and I don't claim to be. I definitely respect the water. I swim just good enough to where I'm all right. I jump in, play around, and jump out. But anyway, so it was right around the time that was giving me a problem. I had to come back the next day. It wasn't looking good for me that whole next day. While I was going through that, Nick, he was good. He was different. He was able to swim. All of that stuff he was straight with. No problems. First time, he went right on through, without a problem. So he would ask me how I was going with the days I was coming back. I'm letting him know, he like, how's it, how'd everything go with you? Did it, So I'm telling him. He's kind of, trying, like, give me a little support and everything like that. Like, don't worry about it, dog. You'll get it. It ain't nothing. We made it this far. This is what we came here for. I'm like, yeah, all right, bet. Boom, we study that night. The next day, I'm going for the last day of swim test. This is the day that makes me or breaks me. This is the day. So a few of us that had to go for 3 days, they line us up. I say, peace at cost. He tells me, good luck, bro. I'll see you when you get back. Don't worry about it. You got it. Boom. All right. We leave. And we're headed down to the pool, to the place where they have the pool facility. It's huge. And we're headed down there. I remember we stopped in line because someone was on their way towards us, stopped our one instructor that was taking us. He spoke, and I heard him say Cost's name. They were spoke about, and then they finished whatever they're talking about, they went on past our instructor with us. We kept on going, kept moving where we was going. So that Marine that came through and spoke to our instructor kept going wherever it was he was headed. We get down there. I go through it. I bust everything out. Bust right through everything. You know what I mean? Crushed everything. Knocked it out of the park. I couldn't even really believe I was able to it was like I had been doing it forever. You know what I mean? Because passing that swim test really stressed me out over them couple of days. Because I didn't want to have to do all this again. Even though we were just a month in, I didn't want to have to do all this again. I had too much invested. I was way too invested in this. I wasn't gonna do it again. So that thing stressed me out, passing that swim test, but I did it. So I passed it. I'm pumped now. I'm ready to go. Let Cost know, because I knew he was invested in it with me. You know what I mean? We get everybody back together. Our instructor comes to get us, take us back up. I go in and I see at our racks, Cost got his he got his foot locker out. It's open, and it looks like some of the stuff has been pulled out. No, just looks like, nobody, and this is not a time where we get to do that. We can't go in our lockers at all and do anything like this that has to do with our personal until they tell us we can do that, or they give us an allotted time for us to go ahead and do that. I'm like, what the hell is this about? Because we're not supposed to see that. So I'm wondering, they don't remember I heard his name earlier on before we was going out to do the swim test. I'm like, man, I don't know. So I don't see him. So I go ahead and get my stuff. I'm gonna go get in the shower because I just got out of that nasty, sweated up old pool water that they got us do this test in. So I go do my shower or whatever. I come out and he's out there, Cost. He's there. And I'm walking up to him. He's putting things in the foot locker that is gonna stay, but the stuff that all belongs to him is still out. See, you can't take the foot locker, but there's a few things in the foot locker that, like a separator, separates the top from this little bottom part for smaller things that can go up top. He's emptying that, but putting those things back in. I'm like, man, what you doing, dog? He said, man. He said, came talking about I've been passed the drug test. I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, man, I'm like, this for real? He said, yeah, man, I think he said, I kind of knew when I came in, it was probably a good chance. I said, man, no way, man. No. He said, yeah, yeah, man, I got to go home. They get me on the bus tomorrow morning. I'm like, no, bro. For real? I'm like, damn. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm thinking like, man, I hope this. At first, I'm just praying, going through this stuff in the beginning, praying that he's just playing. And they had him fixing his foot locker without just hope. I'm just hoping this ain't for real. This guy has got to be lying, man. This guy's got to be lying. Because we got too cool, man. And I wasn't cool like that with anybody else there. And he was helping me, man. I think I was helping him. Dude. Like because you need, when you're going through that, dog, it's good to have somebody. It's good. And now my dog, you gotta go. You gotta go because you get sent. As soon as you get there, go through receiving. You get all your stuff, get your shots, do all your psych evaluations. You go and do your drug test, the piss test. So and matter of fact, I missed that because I ended up arriving a little late. Something wrong with the scheduling in my van that we got in the base on. I missed that urine test. The initial urine test, I remember I missed that. And I remember telling somebody, and they're like, man, you got pretty lucky, though, because it usually don't happen that way. So, but Cost, he took that test, that urine test, and that's the one he failed, man. We got, like, he was going to be a Marine. He was going to be a Marine. He had it licked. He was all for it, so I'm like, bro, what are you going to do? And he's saying he really didn't know at the time exactly what he was going to do. And I just remember felt bad, man. I felt bad that, now I don't know if he knows what he's going to do. I know he was going to do good here. He was going to make something of this. You could just tell. He definitely wanted it. But he would always tell me back home he didn't really know what was going to go on if he had to go back home or how it was going to go. So I was a little upset about that. You know what I mean? I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it. So yeah, they had him pack up and took him out of there the next morning. And I was there with nobody from my bunk, and they never put nobody else with me the rest of my time in basic. I was able to have the top and bottom to myself. I had one bunk, top and bottom, all to myself the rest of our stay. The rest of our cycle, I got to sleep alone. So I get to take my pick. If I want to sleep on the bottom, I'll switch it up, sleep down there. The whole while the top, whichever one I'm not using, stays nice and clean. The rest of the cycle, I never did get no another rack mate because everybody else had one. And they kept that kind of thing the whole time. So through the rest of the cycle, man, I became acquainted, I guess we could say, with some other guys, but Cost was my dog, and he left out early, man. It hurt me. It definitely did. Left out early. And I was able to get in touch with Cost later on in life, just a few years ago, actually. He's doing pretty good. I think he's doing some sort of trucking, driving a truck, or he put money into a truck business, something along those lines. I really don't remember exactly. But yeah, he's doing good, man, and I'm glad he's doing good. It was nice to hear from him. Think about it a lot, but hey, this is what's happening right now. This is how it was supposed to go. All that was supposed to happen. The way it ended for me was supposed to happen. That's the way it was written, and the way it ended for Cost, my dog Nick. That's the way it was written. That's just the way. And I remember he kept saying, when I get home, he said, but I'm not just gonna do nothing, because this ain't happening for no reason. He said, I'm not laying down. Not laying down for chances. Yeah. And he you could just tell the way it was going for him in Marine Corps boot camp. You could tell he could bring that to anything else, and be strong, and thrive, and come on out of it. Yeah, man. So yeah, made a good friend there, and they, you know what I'm saying? They got him up out of there way too early, and it messed me up for a little bit. But I did get to talk to Cost once I was back years and years later, and we keep in touch here and there, even still to this day. So yeah, shout out to Cost, bro. Much love, and we'll get together soon or get in touch soon, and and make something happen and have a conversation or something. Just get one in, get one in. But in the meantime, in between time, it's peace, love, and everything above. It's the Juice Report.